objective we are going to have the MATLAB programming is MATLAB program to perform inverse DFT. So for performing this inverse DFT, we have been provided the result of 8-point DFT of the discrete time sequence given as x of n that holds the coefficient values or the elements, we can say 2, 2, 2, 2 and 1, 1, 1, 1. So this is considered as the input here. In the very previous video, the last topic, we have worked with the forward n-point discrete Fourier transformation and also sketching the corresponding magnitude and the phase spectrum here. Thereupon we had the two tasks, 16-point DFT and the 8-point DFT. So for the 8-point DFT, we had the same signal. In that particular video, we have found the DFT coefficients for the same. So those we have to consider here as the inputs here. So with this knowledge, let us switch to the MATLAB environment. So now, as we have been using the n-point inverse DFT and the input to be from the previous video where we had the 8-point DFT. So here also the value of capital N can be equal to 8 here. So therefore capital N we specify with the value constant 8 here. And now into the frequency domain, whatever the imaginary variable I or j here we have, that we declare computed as the square root of -1 here. Now after this, we have to generate the input and also declare the variable to hold the output here. So this time, as we are going to have working with the inverse DFT, so the input shall be into the frequency domain. So the usual practice, we go for capital X K here. So this is the variable we generally use to represent the frequency domain DFT signal information here. So here the output we remember from the last video. So the first value is 12, comma, we write 1 minus j times 2.4142. The next element is 0. Next to that we have 1 minus j times 0.4142. Next to that we have 0, and the next element can be written as 1 added to the j in multiplication to 0.4142, comma, next element is 0. Then we have 1 added with j into 2 here, 0.4142. So these are the elements that we have obtained as the output of 8-point DFT for the given discrete time sequence where all the 4 first elements are 2 and the rest of the 4 are 1 here. So after having this input sequence generated, here I can comment line also. This is the input sequence generation. Whereas we can now declare the output variable. I write here output variable. So for output variable, as inverse transform will get back to the discrete time domain here, so we shall be making the use of small casing command. The later can be, the variable can be xn here. So xn we expect initially to hold the zeros here. So to the MATLAB syntax zeros, we specify 1 comma capital N as the input here, and now it's a part of computation for IDFT, inverse discrete Fourier transform. So for that purpose, as like we have done for the direct Fourier transforms DFT, we have the for loops here. So for we have the intermediate variable n that is initiated at 0 with the interval of 1 here up to capital N minus 1 here. We nest another for loop inside where we have small k initiated again at 0 with the intervals of 1 up to capital N minus 1. So here xn can be computed. So xn is equal to, here we provide with the incrementals into the n here, so n plus 1 shall be into the bracket here. So we write xn in the bracket n plus 1 added to, again in the bracket, capital Xk in the bracket k plus 1 in multiplication to the exponential of j in multiplication to 2 in multiplication to the pi in multiplication to small n, and at last small k, which is totally divided by capital N here. And here we have 1 by n in multiplication to this, so here we can make it divided by capital N here. So now after having this mathematical logic generated here, we have to end the nested pair of for loops here. So two end commands we have used here, and now it's time to have a display of IDFT coefficients here. So we write here onto the command prompt DISP command, within a pair of parentheses and a pair of single quotes we write the string here, the inverse DFT sequence is. And we write small xn here. So we don't provide the semicolon here, so here it will be printing all the coefficient values here. So we just save this program with the name program1_26 here, saving it, and let us execute or run this program. So after running this particular program, the command window has been displayed with the coefficients here. So on the command window, the inverse DFT sequence is xn is equal to, so here we have the values 2.00 added to 0.0000i, so it means it is simply 2. In the similar fashion, here we have 2.0000 minus 0.0000 times I here, so it is also 2 here. So the first two elements are 2, third one is also 2 here, the fourth one is also 2, as we don't have any value for the imaginary part is equal to 0. For the fifth one, here we have 1.0000 added to 0.0000 times I, so this is also 1. The next one is also very similar, this is also 1 here, the real part, and the last two are also 1 here. So we obtained the 8 elements where the first 4 are equal to 2 and rest of the 4 are equal to 1.